Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA. No one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
And look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Cade Cunningham.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down. He can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight or they'll start losing patience with him.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Sliding in at the wing spot, it's Ivy and Hardaway Jr. Inside for him, it's Harris and Durant. And it's Cunningham in at the one spot. And for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. So Shams, our NBA champion Boston Celtics. Last year, a terrific record from beginning to end. Could this be a dynasty in the making?
They have all the necessary ingredients. When you think about their top players, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, this is a group that's locked in for the long term. They have Kristaps Porzingis, Holiday, Derek White, Al Horford returning. This is a team that has potential to win for the next 3 to 5 years, and that starts with having your key players and your top players locked in. When you think about the teams with dynasty potential in today's NBA, the Celtics have to be at the top of the list.
Here's Boston now, and if you've been following them closely this year, you know they're winning games by double-digit margins.
And making it look easy, guys. And when this team gets a lead down the stretch, they protect it as well as anybody in the game. They have become comfortable in dealing with adversity.
Well, we can all agree nothing better than the atmosphere of an NBA game. So, Shams, I know it's hard to pick one. But is there a best crowd, a best atmosphere in the NBA that you've come across that you really appreciate?
The Warriors fans, I feel, even at their peak, they bring a different level of aura, of enthusiasm. Kevin, you've been to more arenas than I have, and more celebrated times as well at different points. What's your favorite? What's your best NBA arena?
When that New York crowd is popping, that arena is second to none, man. It is sizzling. Like you, I love knowledgeable fans, right? They know the calls, they know the officials, they know the strategies, they know what a player can and cannot do. That, to me, is the best part about going in some of these arenas and feeling that the players, have made it to a point where the fans know exactly what they can and cannot do. Knowledgeable figures.
I'll take your word for it, but that just means not to get out to a Knicks game ASAP.
Well, we know it's been tough to win in Detroit for the Pistons. They've changed coaches again. Just 2 playoff appearances, Shams, in the last 15 years for this very proud and historic franchise. But there is, I feel, as you look at that franchise, hope. You see it as well.
No question, and it really starts with Cade Cunningham. I'm told the Pistons organization has all the confidence in the world in Cunningham. First pick in the draft in 2021, he averaged 23 points, 8 assists per game, 6'6" point guard. Cunningham is someone the Pistons brass is very confident can be a franchise player, and he is their cornerstone moving forward.
He is a good starting point, I would agree. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., it takes time, but nice to see his development. And that one is good by Beasley.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have a reverse in their arsenal.
The Pistons have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And that one drops. And that'll tie this game up.
And he's He's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this way.
Brown outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got 6.
This shot used to be a question mark for Brown coming into the league. Now you got to guard him from deep.
Here's Sasser. And Detroit again with the bucket. Here's Pritchard. And no good that time. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Beasley in at the point guard. 6 to shoot. And Thompson kicks to Beasley. They get it back. That's in. The Celtic lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Stewart.
Second effort usually pays off. That's a hustle play by Stewart.
Horford the pass to Tatum. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Pistons trail by 5. So Sean from the league brought in that 65-game played rule. It should seem to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Harris is checked in for Holland, and it's Cunningham in for Tim Hardaway Jr. In the corner, it's Harris. A three-pointer off the mark. Boston leading by 5. Here's Cornette. He has yet to score. The 3 is drilled by Tatum.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Beasley sends a screen for Cunningham. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for 1 more at the line.
The pure skill and agility of Tatum on full display. To be able to beat the foul and still get his bucket.
A different look here for Detroit. Jalen Duren comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's Jaden Ivey in for Beasley. Harris against Holiday. Pass to Ivey. And a wide open look for Cunningham. No good again that time.
And I thought that was going to drop. Looked good from here.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game.
Timeout.
He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter.
Detroit making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. The shot by Ivy, no good.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Cunningham outside. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pritchard, and he converts the layup. Pritchard's got 5 points so far.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Porzingis against Harris. Duran down low. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Here's Holiday. Yep, that one goes. Holiday's got his second basket.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
What a performance from Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. I thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games. Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little too creative?
I wish you wear an alternative jersey every once in a while, Ernie.
Yeah, man. You know, your threads are getting a little bit stale. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up with this? I just asked a basketball question, and now it's a personal attack. And switching gears now to that first half, what a difficult start for the Detroit Pistons.
The defense has been trash. That is, if you can call it defense. I call it being.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Well, that's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
The small and power forward, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. On the way, Harris, guarded by Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Cunningham kicks to Hardaway. Knocks down the 3-ball. Hardaway has got 6 points. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando. Was the most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world. The former #1 pick, Cunningham, has dealt with some injuries, but when he's healthy, he's always a factor.
And he knocks down the first one. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Hardaway kicks to Harris. And stolen by Tatum. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. Pritchard, he's checked in for Derek White. Back to Cunningham. Hardaway sets a screen for Cunningham. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Cunningham's got his third basket of the night.
Cunningham is so skilled working the pick and roll. That time the play was for himself to score.
Brown outside. Driving to the basket. Here's Pritchard. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Austin leading by 20. Tatum dishes to Brown. Tatum passes to Holiday. Beyond the arc. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Ivy kicks to Harris. Pass to Hardaway. Cunningham with it. Jacks up a 3. And Pritchard pulls it down.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Now Brown. There's the 3. Rebound, Detroit. Duran's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Hardaway. Detroit, no good that time either. Austin's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The 3 from Tatum. Detroit with the rebound. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Cunningham up top. With 4 seconds on the clock, it's good from in time. Cunningham's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Boston on top, delivering the blowout. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Beasley is out there with Williams. Then there's Howland. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Tatum passes to Queta. Here's Hauser. Drills it from outside. Hauser's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Holland. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. The rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right.
Well, where was the defense? You can't let a big man like Stewart get this deep.
The three from Tatum. And he's good on the three ball. Tatum's got 10 points in just the second half.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Now here's Williams. He's guarded closely. Pass to Beasley. Here's the three. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Horford the pass to Tatum. Lets the three fly. Horford no luck. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Pass to Stewart. 1:49 left to play here in the 4th. Off target at the rim. Tatum passes to Keita. Horford from outside. Beasley with the rebound. The Pistons have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. The line is just the one made.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
Look at the number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jason Tatum.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Celtics foul. Sam Hauser.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
34 seconds left in the game. Cunningham passes to Ivy. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Xavier Tillman. Walsh.
Cunningham for 3. Tillman grabs the miss. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The shot by Pritchard, no good. And here's Cunningham. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now, let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jason. It was a struggle last time out, but tonight you were back on track. What was the difference?
Just got to have a short-term memory. Sometimes shots just go in, but you always got to be aggressive and just make the right play.
You're like a cornerback in basketball. That's weird, but it got you a win tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Jason Tatum.